Drunk tank. Drunk tank. Drunk tank. Drunk tank.
Welcome to the Risky Podcast. Dirty.
What's up, bitches?
Is that your new catchphrase?
That's my new catchphrase.
Since they're always taking the "Welcome to the Drunk Tank" podcast in the theme song.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now in 6 months they'll take that and I'll move on to something else.
Welcome to the Drunk Tank confuses me every time. I can only imagine it confuses the audience every single time as well.
Yeah, no kidding.
Build it in. I feel like we need our own theme song though.
You
Like
think
a permanent theme song.
Don't you think so at this point? Like we need something like to amp you up because it's like our theme songs are like either really long and really awesome or too short. Like what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Like being thrown into the water, just learn how to swim. How about this? I nominate this.
Bernie's.
Can we play licensed music on the podcast?
Sure,
You
why not?
bet
We're not
we
gonna sell it.
can. How about this?
Some girl talk?
Some Ozzy Osbourne, Jay-Z, and Ludacris.
I'm only playing that because we played Girl Talk about 20,000
God.
times too many in this office.
Oh yeah.
I think I listened to the first 2 albums already this morning. Or not the first two,
Well,
but
in my defense, I got all my music. I lost it when my computers got stolen, and I haven't called Apple to re-download it yet. So Girl Talk's the only free available music I can download to listen to.
so
So
since
my entire library is just Girl Talk now.
since music got stolen from you, can the RIAA go after the thieves?
I hope so.
They're music thieves.
That's true. They are
I'm sure they'll get right on that. We need the Jeff IRAA.
the GIRA.
Can I ask you something?
GIRA.
Gia.
Have the police gotten hold of you since that one email? No?
Yeah, Griffin, please. They've got their best men on the case. I am not going to interfere with the detective-y process.
Right. Every email they have to answer is like time that they've wasted on the hunt.
Yeah. They were so close to grabbing the criminal, then this email I have to respond.
It's like in True Grit when Matt Damon's like, I was within 100 yards of him once.
I
It's
still
the
haven't seen
only
it.
time I ever saw him.
See, is that what you think of? I always think of the Big Lebowski scene where they're in the junkyard with his busted car and he asks the cop if he has any leads.
Captain just put 2 new detectives on the case. They got like in shifts.
Man, that bit actor, that character actor, I mean, why hasn't he been in a million things?
No
the
kidding.
way he laughs at that. So should we jump right into the awards? Because we can go straight from
Let's do it.
Big Lebowski into why I don't want Tron to win Best Picture of the Year with Obi-Wan Lebowski as the main character in Tron. Have you guys seen it yet? Have you guys seen Tron?
Yeah, I saw it.
Gus saw
I
it.
didn't see it.
So I was I wanted
Gus
to make
told
sure that
me-
we included it.
Gus told me not to see it because everything I said in the trailer was correct.
I said that. I mean, I don't think I disliked it as much as you did, but I said the things that Jeff was concerned about in the trailer turned out to be the worst parts of the movie, like the Zeus character, the dude in the white,
Yes.
and Daft Punk making a cameo. I mean, they cut to them like 15 times in 2 minutes to like show you, like, hey, look who this is over here.
They talked
Hey.
to him at one point too.
Yeah,
like
they're
the
like,
Zeus character says,
Play,
change the music.
change the music, boys, or
It's like,
whatever.
hey kids, look at that. We're hip. We got the Daft Punk.
That was awful. That whole scene, that was all terrible.
However, that being said, I did buy the soundtrack, and the soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite scores since the original Batman score for like that kind of movie, at least. You know?
Score.
Bat Dance.
No, not Batman.
I didn't realize you're a big Prince fan.
No, the Danny Elfman, right? Danny Elfman.
Gotcha.
Although I did have Bat Dance on a 5-minute auto reverse tape in my car for a very long time. I'm almost embarrassed to admit I was driving a car when the original Batman came out. Dude, I was so hyped when Batman was coming out. I was so excited for that movie.
It came out on my birthday. It was the best night of my life.
Was it? I want to say it was June 13th. Oh no, June 19th is your birthday. So
Yeah,
yeah.
And then they had a. It was also at the time that Boys in the Hood was out, and so I saw it in the same theater as Boys in the Hood. And like as I was leaving, there was a shootout in the parking lot.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Man,
awesome.
those movies, I can't believe they came out. They were in the theater at the same time. They seem like different time periods to me.
No, they're both like 89, right?
Wow. Boys in the Hood
Yeah.
seems earlier to me. That's weird.
What do you think caused the shootout? Was it,
It was
a
all the,
lively debate about theme?
yeah, it was all the Batman fans fighting the Boys in the Hood
Is
fans.
that what it was?
Speaking of shootouts, remind me to tell you something after we do the awards.
Wait a minute,
Okay,
wait a
great.
minute. Wait, no, go for it now.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Okay,
shootouts.
well, it's not even really anything dramatic. But did you guys see on the way to work today, there was a forensics van parked on the side of 35?
I did see that.
I don't think I've ever seen a forensics van. What is?
Yeah, well,
that?
there was like a cop car with the lights on. I'm like, oh, somebody got pulled over. And then I looked, and right behind it, like the lights were there to stop people from hitting it. There was a forensic van, and they were looking over the edge of over the embankment or whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so I wonder if there was they found somebody
some
or
business
something.
going on down there.
It was over by Old Torf, the Old Torf exit.
I did not
by
see
Matt's
that.
house, conveniently close to Matt's house.
There you go.
Do you think the forensics guys feel like complete badasses in the station now that CSI is such a huge hit?
Oh, I would imagine so.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just strut around.
Has to be way better than like Quincy. You know,
Yeah.
What Quincy did for them.
Before it was like
It took me a while.
the cool cops were like, "Get out your magnifying glass, nerd!" And now they're like,
Didn't he?
"We've got 3 hit shows on TV. Who's the nerd now?" Muscles.
If you're the forensics guy in the local police department, how long into the run of CSI before you start wearing sunglasses to the office every day?
I would imagine immediately.
Is it after the pilot episode?
And if you're a woman, you wear like the Mark Helgenberger pantsuit kind of thing.
Have you ever watched any of the SIs?
I've seen commercials.
Same here. I've never seen any of
I
them.
think I've seen 1 or 2 episodes, like on late night TV. When I'm drunk
Oh,
and there's nothing else on.
I did watch one episode because it had something to do with like Second Life.
Wasn't-
I think
wasn't
there was like
Joel
a
in an
Second
episode?
Life murder in CSI.
Was
No, he was in Criminal Minds.
Criminal
Criminal
Minds. Oh, okay, different. Sorry.
Yeah.
Faux pas.
I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of Law and Order either.
I've watched a billion episodes of Law and Order.
Really?
Yeah, my dad loves that show.
Mm.
I got him I even got him one year. I got him a autographed Jerry Orbach picture for his birthday.
Really?
That's how much he likes
That's
it.
awesome.
Who's that?
Jerry Orbach. He was one of the main guys in Law and Order. He's dead now.
Is he, yeah, he's the guy who
Oh,
died,
yeah?
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
he died like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know the guy. Like, I think I'm picturing his face now. But
Yeah.
one of those guys you can't ever, remember what
Char-
he was in.
good character actor.
So that autograph just went up in value.
I guess so.
eBay, here we come.
I'm going on YouTube right now just to see if I can find the intro to Quincy. Yeah.
All right, so should we get started? Let's get started on these awards.
Okay, dude, let's do it.
Before we
everybody
meander
ready?
so long that we forget.
Well, I think that we've made everyone wait long enough.
And they were
I know.
waiting too.
They-
They're like,
they-
gotta have the award announcement.
They were so angry after
Can't
last
start
week.
the year.
Did you get any
They're-
look back? Did you get any?
They need
for it?
closure in
Nah.
2010.
They're not watching any new internet videos till we proclaim the best internet video of 2010. They can't get started on 2011 till that door's closed.
Which, by the way, actually there is an early candidate for 2011 already. Did you see the video about the homeless guy?
Oh, the homeless singer?
I haven't watched that
I
one
haven't
yet.
seen it.
He's not a homeless singer. You have to watch it. It does look, when you see the title of the video, it seems like
But he's got that great voice, right?
it's you just got to see it.
You know, that's how Wesley Willis got to start. He was homeless and singing on the side of the road in Chicago, and a radio executive walked by and was like,
The guy's Casio.
whoa, you're really awesome with your little Casio.
We used to.
And then he became famous.
Wesley Willis.
Yeah, that's how you got to start.
Wesley Willis is not awesome.
Yeah, he is.
No.
a lot.
He's like
Shit.
a homeless Biz Marquee. I mean, we listen to his music.
What you just described was awesome.
But a lot of people listened.
A lot of people like Wesley Willis.
let me sing
Had a
you,
career.
Let me sing you the greatest Wesley Willis song. Battlestar Galactica. Is that it?
And French fries.
And that's exactly. That's a perfect representation of his music.
Pretty much, yeah.
He just screams and bangs on a Casio.
Somehow you don't have the same flair with it that he does, though.
No, I don't have the stage presence
He's got personality.
of the homeless guy outside the subway.
All right. Internet video of the year.
So we screwed up, and we forgot to nominate 2 things.
Yeah.
We forgot to nominate. What was the one I told you the other day, Gus? That we forgot to nominate?
Oh, the arguing with an ibex?
Arguing with the Ibex.
great video.
The guy arguing politics with the goat, and the guy.
Bank robber eats hold up note.
That's a great one, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be my favorite.
It is pretty good.
I was so mad when I saw that on like a compilation video the other day. I can't believe we forgot that.
God, it was where a guy is being arrested, and they've got him on the hood of the police car, and essentially the dashboard cam is right in the guy's face. It's being leaned over the hood, and the cops are pulling all this stuff out of his pockets, and he'd held up somewhere like a bank or a convenience store. I don't know what he
I think
held
it was
up.
a bank.
But he had a note, the hold-up note, and they're pulling stuff out of his pockets, and they pull this piece of paper out, and he sees it because they put it right in front of him on the hood, and they've got him leaned over, and he just leans down and eats the note.
Awesome.
Eats the evidence right there. I mean, that is a fast-thinking criminal.
Dude, yeah, that dude deserves the award. And when he gets out, bam, he can have it in 10 to 20.
So, so is that who you voting for, Jeff? Bank robbery?
Can-
well,
is
I
it-
don't know if we can do that
we
because
do
it
that?
didn't make
Yeah.
the official selection. I mean, can we talk to the
Is
committee?
the Academy's going to take away our fucking accreditation.
Can we just recognize it?
There we go.
Special
Special
recognition. Lifetime Achievement Award for.
Do you really want to
No.
give an online video award to a dude who just committed a crime?
As
He
opposed
doesn't
to
have a lot of things going for him.
as opposed to drunkest dude ever.
Allegedly. I was eating my grocery list.
Like, here's some validation for your disease, sir.
How would you explain that in court? Why did you eat the piece of paper? It was my grocery list, and when I saw peanut butter on there, I got really
Well,
hungry.
he
My
doesn't-
doctor told me I
Starving.
needed more fiber in my diet, so I decided to get a start on it.
I didn't want to eat my wallet, so I ate the paper instead.
Okay, so who's everyone voting for?
Man, I know you guys want to like focus on those one-off videos that are just like the random reality videos, like guy eating a note or dude falls off his roof. But you gotta give some recognition to Freddie W. and the stuff he did this year. I would say the Flower Warfare, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's the one we put on there, right?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
put
that's-
Flower Warfare on there.
Yeah, I gotta make a case for that. You know, the Flower Warfare one was fantastic. It's my favorite of the ones he did.
Let me ask you this, Gus, because I'm not clear on that. Like with Bed Intruder and Bed Intruder Song, and then Double Rainbow and Double Rainbow Song, are those 4 separate entries, or are they bundled together?
We decided to do 4 separate entries when we did the nomination.
I think that it
Okay.
would made. Why did we do that?
That makes
was
it
dumb.
harder.
I think it should have been bundled.
Because it's 2 different performers. It's either
It is.
Auto-Tune the News People
You're
or
right.
it's the original video.
You're totally right.
Hey, here's why I think he did it. I think he did it just to mess with you. That's why I think.
But I think that the two play off each other. I mean, that's sort of what happens, you know. Like
'Cause
you
I
see one
kinda
thing, you're
wanna-
like, oh, it's that from.
Because I want to vote for Double Rainbow Song because Millie sang it for 3 months straight, and it was really funny every time she would sing
And
it.
as far as
but it's
references
not.
go,
But I would think you should vote for the original.
Yeah, well, we didn't ask for your fucking life story. Which one do you like?
Okay, I'm gonna go
Watch out, he's going to send you
for.
a very nasty email.
I'm gonna go for Freddie W.
Freddie W?
Are you really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that's 2 for Freddie W.
I'm going to go with Double Rainbow Original.
Original? And you said Freddie W?
I'll do Freddie W.
All right, I was going to go for Double Rainbow Song.
Oh,
So I guess Freddie W wins.
Okay, there
Look
you
at
go.
that. Congratulations
Flower
to
Warfare.
Freddie
Congratulations,
W.
Freddie W.
Hold on. It's not official till I write it down in the notebook. Got to find a clean piece of paper here. Man, I have no idea. Again, looking in this notebook, some of the notes I make myself. Horse tips is greater than fails. I have no idea what that means. What the fuck does that mean?
I think you're saying that probably Jeff's Halo videos that horse and tips.
Oh, this was a note for me. Yeah, that's right. For
Email
200
addresses. Horse
Gotcha.
tips fails. Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at you reverse engineering my notes.
I'm like
okay.
a shorthand.
That being said, though,
secretary.
you guys should get a hold of Griffin's iPhone sometime and look
Oh,
at her
God.
drunken ideas for comics
Yeah.
that she puts into notes.
I don't remember.
But I have
most
to help
of
her
them.
decipher every day.
Well, a lot of it's like somebody will say something and it'll be in the middle of a conversation, so I'll write it down thinking I'll remember where it's going, and then I won't remember, and no one else will remember. So
All right, so movie of the year. We're already category 2, speeding right along.
Well, we already eliminated stuff that I think our audience would want to see, like Scott Pilgrim and Tron.
People are really upset that we didn't include Scott Pilgrim.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm upset that Scott Pilgrim didn't include a story or a plot of any kind.
You think they'll be equally upset when the Academy Awards snub Scott Pilgrim?
You know, man, I don't know. There was something else that somebody was saying that was a movie that was out. Oh, somebody was talking about Happy Gilmore as being one of the greatest sports movies they've ever seen. I don't remember Happy Gilmore as being that big of a movie or that interesting.
Yeah.
Did it make a
I
lot
don't
of
even know
money?
if I'd consider it a sport movie.
I mean,
I guess.
I guess there was sports
in the
it.
loosest sense of the
Yeah.
term.
So as I'm just saying, it's like I don't think over time people are going to go back to Scott Pilgrim or Kick-Ass. You know,
Yeah.
I think Kick-Ass might have a cult life, but I think Scott Pilgrim is just another in a long line of Michael Cera movies that'll get bundled as a Michael Cera movie.
and it's
And it's not better or worse than any of the other ones, and it's just like, you know.
it's
how long?
interesting.
How long do you think it's gonna? How long do you think he's gonna have?
Well,
I
he'll
hope.
he'll hit puberty someday, and then he'll Macaulay
No,
Culkin.
by
I
the
love
time he
him.
gets
I
to-
mean, I love him, but he is the same guy almost.
So what?
No.
So
There's nothing wrong with that.
I
so
know,
is
but
Christopher Walken, and I
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
up for Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I mean, just eventually things slow down for a person that's pretty much just themselves.
I don't know.
I can't make fun of him because I do the same. I'm the same person in every RT short. So you find that niche and you stick with it.
No, I mean, I love him.
I
I'll watch
liked most
anything
of
he's
his
in.
movies. That Nick and Nora's movie I thought was great. It's the last one of his I really
The only
liked.
problem with that, and this is something that I hate in movies sometimes, is when they don't match the actor and the actress that are the love interest as far as face size. So when they go in for a kissing scene, it looks really weird. Like her head was so much bigger than his.
Really?
I know that's a stupid thing to get
I don't
get
think
squeamish about.
I've never noticed that.
Didn't
But
notice
they
that
really,
either.
casting directors really need to get those actors up close to see if their heads are going to work together.
I just like watching two girls kiss. But, you know, I just think that, you know, over time, I don't think of it as a Michael Cera movie. I actually think of it as an Edgar Wright movie because it was so heavy on the direction, right?
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, I didn't come out of that movie thinking it all as a Michael Cera movie.
That's another problem I have with that movie. I like Edgar Wright, okay. But I don't like people talk about Edgar Wright as he's the next Steven Spielberg, and he made one really good movie in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz was like an hour too long. And it
I
was,
liked
Hot
Hot
Fuzz was
Fuzz.
it was okay.
I think
It was
Hot Fuzz is-
fucking
It was too long.
How did this turn from movie of the year to the breakdown of
And then
Edgar Wright and Michael
Scott Pilgrim
Cera?
was like had no substance essentially.
I could watch Hot Fuzz more than I can watch Shaun of the Dead.
You
I
think
could
so?
watch It has more rewatchability, I think.
I don't know about that.
insane.
You think I'm wrong?
Well, that was my problem.
I don't know.
I challenge
That was
you.
my problem with Tron too. Is that the first Tron was honestly it wasn't that great a movie. I mean, it's kind of not even campy. It's just kind of bad in a lot of ways. But it's a consistently bad. And at least it had something to say. Like at the time when the first Tron came out in 1982, that was when most people knew about computers through video games and through arcades because the Pac-Man fever thing was huge at the time, and people
Right.
actually went to arcades. It was part of the culture. The problem I've got with this Tron is that this Tron stuck with the video game thing, which, are still a big thing, but it's really not the main way that people interface with computers and technology. And I can't believe they went 25 years, they put a movie out in this culture, and they didn't mention the World Wide Web once. Like, there was that little segment at the beginning where their OS was released on the web,
Yeah.
and that was the only
I
reference
think
to that.
the reason for that is, the initial part of the movie takes place in current time, but then most of the movie takes place in the computer when, they were, which was a snapshot from 1989, which predated the, people's wide use of the web.
Right, but they did have, and we're going to talk about some stuff here that's going to be spoilerish, so sorry if you haven't seen Tron, but I'm assuming that everyone who listens to this podcast and interested in Tron probably has seen it in one manner or another. They had the whole thing where the Clue is trying to get his army out of the computer. Mm-hmm. What better way to do that than to, here's a computer from 1989 that's in a basement in an arcade. They found a way to get out or find a way to connect themselves to the internet, and that's how they're going to get out.
Right, but that requires a physical connection. A computer from 1989 didn't have the physical capability to connect to the internet.
No, I get what you're saying, but it would have had a network card in it in 1989.
Maybe not. I mean,
Like a token ring.
I mean, maybe I don't know if that.
Well, if it's got a computer that can digitize you, I mean, a laser
Yeah, I mean,
digitize you,
it's all
not that big a
speculation,
leap.
yeah.
You're also You're also saying this is a problem when you talk about movies. You say, well, it's a computer from 1989. Okay, so what? Make the computer from 1992. Don't get locked into what they wrote in the movie. You can write whatever you want to. It's a sequel. They could have made the computer from 1998 if they wanted to,
right, so they could have just written it differently.
or just before the internet or whatever. But they didn't do that. They made it from 1989, and they made some weird device now, a narrative device where the people are going to come out of the computer, and apparently they can do that, and they can become real. It was strange to me, really strange.
Yeah,
And-
that was kind of bizarre.
they abandoned all the stuff in Tron that kind of made it cool and geeky, like that everyone he runs into in that world is a program. There's no illusion of that at all. I mean, they're going to nightclubs.
Yeah, yeah.
In the game or in the computer world.
That nightclub scene was the worst part of the movie to me.
I mean, what is that? What is the metaphor for a nightclub in a computer? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
Like, at least the game grid and stuff like that. Everything they did in Tron at least had some kind of counterpart actually in the digital world. It seemed like, and there's no illusion like that. It's just we're going to go to a place where everything's dark and people light up.
yeah, it's your porn folder.
It's your porn folder. Yeah. So I think that was my main problem with it. But then I actually went back and watched Tron a second time, and after I went in without the expectation, I liked it a lot more.
Yeah, I went in with low expectations. I thought it was fine. I mean, it's not the greatest movie ever. or
How did
anything.
Teddy like it?
Teddy, we walked out after because Teddy's 5 and Teddy can't sit through a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
So it was fine up until we got to the part where they're on the Solar Sailor again, and it's
Yeah.
just this long exposition part. And I don't know.
Penny Arcade had a funny comment about that part of the movie where they're talking about getting to the portal, and I think Tycho said, "If the portal's so hard to get to, why do they have a fucking train that goes straight to it?"
Yeah.
It's like they made this big deal about how hard it was going to be there. It's like, oh, well, let's get on that train. It goes right over there.
And if the portal opens up, wouldn't that be a major event?
Yeah.
For everybody.
Yeah.
It's just because it hasn't opened in 1,000 cycles or whatever. The whole time thing didn't make much sense to me either.
Yeah, they were really weird about it. Like a millicycle was 8 hours or something like that.
Right, they did. They actually gave
Yeah,
you
they
a
give
number
you
at
a
one
comparison.
point.
So it's like, so then a cycle would be 8,000 hours. So then, it hasn't opened in 8 million hours or, I had no idea.
Yeah, and how long was that? And then the Jeff Bridges character, they actually kind of tied into his like socialist hippie kind of character that he had in Tron, but then they took him like to this
Oh, yeah.
Obi-Wan Lebowski thing that I was talking about earlier, where he was
Yeah.
I don't know, it just seemed really kind of derivative of Star Wars and Matrix and other things all kind of mashed up together.
There were a lot of, Lebowski overtones to his character. Like, oh, man, you're really messing with this Zen thing I've got going on.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely felt that too.
So I think it was important that we put it on the nomination list because we hadn't seen it yet. But overall, I'd say if we had to pick a Jeff Bridges movie, True Grit was way, way better. Anybody else see True Grit?
Yes.
I still haven't seen it.
What do you think?
It was awesome. Different movie than I thought it would be. I expected it to be more of a like a No Country Old Men-esque kind of Coen Brothers film, and it was a lot sillier than I expected, which
was-
I guess is very true to the story. And I'd say about 70% of that movie Millie could have watched. There were just a few scenes that were pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
But it was good. It felt kind of like a family-esque movie, except for like 10 minutes of it, maybe 15 minutes.
Brandon was telling me because he liked that it was a different kind of movie, just set as a Western and kind of turned the Western genre on its ear. But I think Unforgiven did that a lot better.
I would agree with that for sure. It didn't really turn the Western world on its ear to me.
Well, I think the silliness of it, I was surprised by some of the characters that when they showed up, they weren't quite as weighty as I was kind of hoping they would be.
So, like who?
Like the Josh Brolin character.
Yeah.
I didn't really dislike him all
He
that
was
much.
he was a little lighthearted.
Little lighthearted.
But maybe that's kind of believable in a sense too. Like not every fuck up is a hardened criminal, you know. And
True.
in the old West, when there was less law, and I guess it would be easier to make a mistake like that.
But once again, they built him up that way.
But they did. They built him up that way.
Like especially in the first scene of the movie,
chasing him the whole movie, and
I got the No Country for Old Men vibe like you did, like
Yeah.
early on in the movie, especially those first scenes.
Well, the trailer came across very heavy, I thought.
yeah, the trailer is not the movie that I saw. I'll say that.
I would be interested for you to go see the movie because I would love to know what you thought about the costumes for that movie.
I really do want to see it, and I had planned on seeing it over the weekend, but we just had house guests, like people in town, so I couldn't really get away.
Man, they I don't know where you saw it, but I saw it at the Alamo, and before the movie, they showed cuts from the original John Wayne film. God, that was boring.
Oh, God.
That was hard to sit
I don't like
through.
when the Alamo does that.
I usually don't. Like, it ruined District 9 for me when they showed Alien Nation before it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, wow, this is a remake. But
It really sets a weird tone sometimes.
But it worked in this one because it really made me appreciate True Grit. Because then I would get to that scene, I'd be like, man, thank God the Coen brothers made this and not whoever the fuck made the John Wayne version again.
No.
I do like it, even if it is like you said, like it shows that things are derivative. It is an interesting way. It's kind of cool to have that, like, I don't know, what would you call it?
Like a perspective on it.
Yeah, to have extra perspective. And I think that's what the Alamo does well. That they want you to think about films in general.
It can work. I do think it can backfire. It definitely took me out of District, whatever the fuck it was called.
District 9.
District 9.
Okay.
In No Country for Old Men, I saw it at the Alamo, and they had a bit that the Alamo themselves had recorded where they were testing the pneumatic device, the cattle.
Oh, yeah,
What
yeah.
was it called? Cattle killer? What do you
Oh,
call it?
right. Yeah. I don't know what it's called.
What
Yeah.
you call it. But they were testing it on pumpkins in front of the Alamo and having fun doing that. And I was like, why are they doing this? And then when you get to the scene in the movie where that device appears, it really kind of muted that.
Yeah.
for me. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
why
sucks.
why would they do that?
Yeah.
And what we're talking about is Alamo, because you have to show up 40 minutes early for a movie at the Alamo, they have a big long pre-roll where they roll a bunch of random video clips on the screen that are fun and have to do with the movie. But sometimes I think they don't realize that
They
it's
could
kind of
be
setting the
spoiling
tone.
it.
Yeah, they're setting a weird tone sometimes.
Man, that's out of control, by the way. We went there Saturday. I took Caleb and Barbara there and Roadblock, and we got there a full hour early for a 5 p.m. show on Saturday, and we were probably 200th in line.
Wow.
Yeah, we were out the door,
Wow.
and a full hour early.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love the Alamo, but it's a huge time commitment.
I love it
I
too,
have
man,
noticed
but-
that our group, and we're huge Alamo supporters, have been starting to go to other movie theaters that
Yeah.
have just.
Well, I still go to the
popcorn.
Alamo. It's just like, give me assigned seating or something, and I go to the highball and drink.
Remember
Just,
they
like,
did
standing
they
in
did
line
a-
in the cold sucks.
Assigned seating at the old downtown location for a while, but then they abandoned it.
Yeah,
Like you would
I-
buy a ticket and choose your seat.
I don't know what the logistics are for that. Maybe it's very difficult to do. I know that we had it at the ArcLight when you and I went, Gus, and it worked
Yeah.
really well there.
Well, there's a big difference between the ArcLight and the Alamo. The Alamo is really a restaurant that happens to show movies.
True.
So if somebody reserves a seat and then doesn't show up for it, they lose their money for their restaurant. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
They
it's
lose
a really-
that-
that's
they
a
lose
really
that
good
meal.
point.
I don't know. Why do you have this two front rows in a movie theater that are like so close and nobody wants to sit in them, and then it's the people who like straggle in at the end who'd rather like stand up along the side and watch the movie that way. Like, why even have seats there? Like, just take them out.
How would you eliminate a front row?
Well, I just we would, like,
Where do you stop?
no, but at some point, like it's just too close. You can't
should-
see anything.
You should open your own theater that's all back rows. That's it.
I've seen movie theaters that advertise they have like a huge stage area in front of the screen.
Yeah.
So you're like you start off like 30 feet away from the screen.
Well, there's some if you're running late and you know you're going to like Alamo or someplace, it's like why bother? You know you're not going to see the movie well. You might as well just see it another time.
Yeah.
Like because you know the two front rows are the only things that are going to be available.
I will say this that the Alamo does really well is that they go through with ushers and they make people move down and sit together.
Oh,
They don't
that's
They
good.
do. They do that.
they don't let you leave a space between you and the people next to you.
Uh-huh.
Which at the Alamo is even harder because the person next to you is eating, steak tacos or a
you-
large pizza.
Did you see Tron at the IMAX, Bernie?
I saw Tron at just a normal Cineplex, the one right across the street from us here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and saw it up at the Galaxy, which has the D-Box seats where you move.
Yeah.
And it has reactions to the actual movie on your seat. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the reason I ask is they did something weird at the. I don't know if it was all IMAXs or just the one here, but they had like a special intro. Normally they tell you turn off your cell phone, squeeze to the middle so we can fit everyone in. They had like the voice, like a computer synthesized voice speaking to you like you were programs in Tron.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, telling you to turn off your communication devices and initiate your silence protocols and like weird stuff like that. And I've never seen them do any for any other movie at the IMAX.
Another thing about Tron was you don't have to wear your 3D glasses for half the movie.
Yeah.
I took them off when I watched it when I went the second time. I took them off for the first half of the movie.
Why is that?
It's 2D.
Oh, so there's only 3D portions.
Mm-hmm. Once you basically go into the game world, then it goes into 3D.
Yeah,
and I'm not even sure all those shots are 3D.
Yeah, there was a warning at the beginning of the movie when I saw it. I don't know if you saw. You probably had it also saying that there's there's 2D scenes in the movie and that's normal.
Well, why?
It almost
why
seems,
do that?
It just. I mean, I like the because it's kind of like Wizard of Oz, where everything goes to color. Like I like that idea, but if you've got to have like an apparatus to view it, it seems like a pain in the ass. Like you got to put your glasses on and off.
Well, you can just keep them on the whole time. That's what I did.
So it doesn't. Okay.
The 2D looks.
I guess like 3D glasses now aren't like they used to be.
Yeah.
I think I might be over 3D.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it at first. Avatar was cool, but I don't know.
I still
Called
like,
it.
I still like it. I still like
Yeah.
it.
Gimmick.
I think everybody called it. I'm about to get Gran Turismo, though, for my PlayStation. So
Oh,
I can
yeah.
play 3D at home. I like 3D at home. I actually, Time Warner Demand, I think there's like a total of 8 movies you can watch at home now in 3D.
Uh-huh.
And they're all either animated Pixar DreamWorks movies or they're Discovery Channel movies.
They're starting to broadcast NFL games in 3D, right?
I saw them talking about that and showing the cameras, but I don't know how to get that.
Yeah. They broadcast some of the World Cup games, I think, on ESPN in 3D, didn't they?
Oh, what was that? Was that Lisbon versus Tokyo? What was the game they showed in 3D?
Yeah, Lisbon has a team that competes in the World Cup.
It's Lisbon State.
Yeah, Lisbon State. All right, so movie of the year.
Well,
Can you run down the list of contenders?
let's
I don't
eliminate
remember.
the rest of them.
All right, our list was Inception, Book of Eli, Exit Through the Gift Shop, Tron Legacy, True Grit, Toy Story 3, Jackass 3D, The Town, The Fighter, The Social Network.
Okay.
I'm going to vote for Freddie Wong. I think out of all that, I'm going to vote for Exit Through the Gift Shop for mine.
Interesting.
Simply because I did watch The Town, and I know you did as well.
Yeah.
And it was good. You didn't think it was good.
I hated it. Maybe I overspoke when we talked about it. I didn't
not a
hate it as
contender.
much as I said.
I want to say that none of us have seen Black Swan, and none of us have seen The Fighter.
Right.
So this is a big asterisk on this year.
Yeah, it's always an asterisk. So you chose Exit Through the Gift Shop, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
I can't. It Exit Through the Gift Shop.
Yeah.
For me.
I really enjoyed Book of Eli, and it's fun, but I'm gonna go Exit Through the Gift Shop.
I'm going to change my vote to Book of Eli.
Okay. So
You just don't want to be like part of the crowd.
No, I think it needs a vote because you guys are going to vote for Exit Through the Gift Shop.
I'm going to do Inception. So,
Did you saw Book of Eli, right?
yeah.
He was not blown away by
I was
it.
not blown
really?
away.
Well, I mean, it's entertaining.
It was a
and
very
it's
clever
great.
book. Movie.
I
Well,
liked
vote
it.
for Book of
No,
Eli.
because if I had to pick between the two movie of the year, I'm going to go with Exit Through the Gift Shop.
Exit Through the Gift Shop was good. I liked it.
Yeah, and the fact that we're still having conversations about it, I think that's a sign in itself.
I don't think Exit Through the Gift Shop focused enough on the web and social media. Too many lighted up people in that one too. No, but if you liked The Social Network, which I think will be a big contender for Picture of the Year, you should also watch an independent movie called Catfish, which just came out on all the digital distribution, I think yesterday or Monday. It's a movie about social networking and about a documentary about a guy who meets somebody online, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Kind of unfortunately a Blair Witch thing to it, like is it real or is it fake?
Who's in it?
Nobody would know. It was like a Sundance darling that kind of had a theatrical release, I think. And it's
Does it have anything to do with Catfish?
Well, I mean, there's a reason why they named it Catfish, and I'll just put it at that.
Okay.
Do you want to watch it?
Sure.
All right.
Do you think I'm going to have much trouble finding Banksy to send him his trophy?
No, but maybe you should
No,
send it
but
to Terry.
I bet you can find Terry pretty fucking easily.
God.
Do it. Send it to him.
Yeah.
You should absolutely send it to him.
All right.
Mr. Brainwash.
Mr. Brainwash.
I've been reading a lot online about that movie and people thinking that it's not it was all staged.
I think it was all staged.
I think it might have been on stage, but it doesn't
that's
matter.
That's a fucking
I
like
mean,
a 12-year commitment.
But
the stage that.
You don't know that they necessarily had all that old footage. They could just say they had all that old footage. They could have been working on it for a few years. I don't doubt it took them a long time.
True, it doesn't take anything to get a VHS recorder. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
So I think it was.
I choose to
all fake.
believe.
I think they've been working on it for a couple of years though.
Do you guys ever see that art movement where they were taking those old Fisher-Price cameras that would record on audio cassettes, and you could record like 4 minutes at a time? I want to say it's a PLX 2000, if I'm remembering correctly. It's a Fisher-Price camera they sold for a very limited time in the 80s, and you could record video on audio cassettes.
No.
Yeah, it's anyway, so you can probably look it
Yeah,
up.
the PXL 2000.
PXL, thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like garbage. It looks like really super shitty Super 8, essentially. Is what it looks
Weird. Weird. Okay.
I still have a Super 8 tape I need to get. How do you? I don't even know what to do with it.
Digitize.
Digitize it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right. Trailer of the year. Our stupidest category. Let's just not do this category anymore.
Yeah, this is the last trailer of the
I think we
year.
created this category last year for the Star Wars Old Republic
I
trailer.
think so too.
And so we don't have anything. I'm going to vote for the Revelation, Red versus Blue Revelation trailer. Because I'm an asshole. I want to give a trophy to myself.
Awesome.
What are our candidates? I don't even know. for this one.
Uncharted 3, True Grit, the Old Republic Hope trailer, Fable 3 launch trailer, the Halo Reach Deliver Hope, Tron Legacy, Mass Effect 3, the Portal 2 Wheatley, Harry Potter, and Inception.
I'm going to vote for Freddie Wong.
Never gets old.
Jeff loves the repeated jokes. Jeff, why don't you take this one?
I'm gonna vote for True Grit, I guess, because I'd love to see Gus try to figure out how to get that to them.
Ringing endorsement from.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to get behind.
I'm
that
going to go with the Fable
category.
3.
Fable 3?
That was a cool.
Cinematic.
trailer.
That's the cinematic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
the launch one where they're tearing down the statue.
Oh, well, can we just make it the
No.
I'm going to vote for Skyline.
Skyline? All right.
Even though we didn't
Okay,
nominate it.
I don't
I'm
care.
Writing it in.
I never even saw that trailer. Was it good?
It was creepy.
The initial teaser was
Did
was
that
good.
movie come out?
Yeah.
Apparently it was terrible.
Did it?
I
How
don't
did it
think I heard a single good thing about it.
It was. It's interesting because it's a $10 million big budget, or not just a big budget, a big VFX movie for $10 million. So
Isn't that the movie
Yeah,
that's
in
essentially
quotes,
the same
$10 million.
film as Battlefield Los Angeles or whatever?
yeah, that's a weird story where supposedly the guys working on Battlefield Los Angeles decided to take their work and put it into Skyline or something like that. Develop it on the side.
So what were you saying, Griffin? What do you vote for?
I'm sticking with Fable 3 because it didn't make Game of the Year category, so I gotta
Okay. Representing?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
Um,
Also, I did like the statue one. I thought it was a cool
It was
idea.
very cool.
Yeah.
Skyline grossed $52 million against a $10 million production budget.
Wow.
10 million in quotes.
$52 million worldwide, $21 million in the U.S. I would take it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that budget was taken from Battlefield Los Angeles.
Hey, how many movies make 100% of their budgets and profits? You know, not many.
So are you abstaining from voting in our shitty category?
I'm voting for Skyline.
Oh, you
I'm
voting for
writing it
Skyline?
in. Bang.
All right. All right. Well, I vote for Fable 3 launch.
Oh, so
Yes.
I was hoping we'd have a tie.
No.
Gridlock,
Four-way
deadlock.
tie.
All right. So Fable 3 launch trailer.
A lot of sci-fi movies coming out in 2011.
Because we're in the
Oh
future
yeah.
now.
Like what? Well, Battlefield Los Angeles.
I am number 4.
I don't know what that is.
It's you have to see it. I don't know how to explain it.
Any Will Smith sci-fi movies coming
No,
out?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Maybe the kid now is going to start making those movies.
Oh yeah.
I saw him with Justin Bieber in some clip, and man, it was like
Will Smith?
no,
No.
the kid. I don't.
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
So I saw him in like some kind of.
Are they like hanging out?
It was like an Entertainment Tonight behind the scenes clip with
God.
Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith joking around, and I wanted to fucking shoot myself.
That
in the
sounds
brain.
awful.
Yeah.
Entertainment-
It made me hate that I could see.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that Entertainment Tonight's still on the air. How long has that show been on the air? Like fucking 25 years or something?
I don't know. Yeah.
Crazy.
Is
People want their celebrity gossip. It seems like a TV show like that would be outdated by the internet.
You'd be surprised, man. I
You-
bet there's a lot of households in America where every day it's a big debate. Are we going to watch Entertainment Tonight or are we going to watch Wheel of Fortune? It's one of those two. Because those are always on at the same time, and they're always those syndicated shows.
You would think so too, but like that fucking TMZ show apparently gets huge ratings. So,
Those fucking guys.
Wow.
and that is like the
That's-
hardest thing in the
that's
world
stupid.
to watch. Really tough to watch.
It's really, yeah. If
They
a
were-
guy came to me and said, you can lob a hand grenade free anywhere you want once, it might be the set of TMZ.
Be next to that blonde surfer dude on the
Yeah.
TMZ set. They were playing it in the fucking. I was getting a prescription, which I should show you guys. Last night at HEB, and it was on. I'm like, God damn it! I just wanted to change the channel so
God,
badly.
it's fucking terrible.
And there were like 7 people watching it.
Why is that guy so recognizable?
I don't know.
It's him and the guy who stands on the edge of the cubicle.
Harvey Levin.
Yeah.
That's the guy's name.
Yeah.
Is he that surfer?
He's
dude
always
must walk
drinking like
around?
a water bottle.
He must walk around in public and people go, I know I hate that guy for some reason.
I've never wanted to punch a stranger before.
Just got a douche chill, and I don't know exactly why.
Did you run over my dog?
Hey, if you guys, before we go any further, you guys know I'm getting my butt searched tomorrow, and which I'm really excited about.
But when are you going to the doctor?
I'm gonna schedule after the butt search. I'm gonna schedule the doctor appointment next week. No, and so I have to do all this crazy medicine. I went and filled a prescription last night. Do you want to see what the prescription was?
Yeah.
Is it a giant suppository?
This is my medicine that I have to take today.
What is that?
That is
a gallon jar.
Gavilyte In. It's a thing that makes me poop a lot, and I have to fill this up with 4 gallons of water and then drink this in 30 minutes.
Wait.
You can't drink 4 gallons.
Or I don't know, whatever this is, a gallon, 4 quarts. I guess it's 4 quarts.
So you have to fill that up 4 times, or you just fill that up once?
I just filled it up once.
Okay.
But I have to drink it in like 30 minutes. It's probably a gallon.
There's no way you can drink that in 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, we'll see. You want to bet?
Just put it in a
This is
fucking Tito's bottle, and he'll have no problem.
This is also the
downing
third. This is the third thing I have to drink. I have 2 things to drink before it, and then this.
Let's see what Jeff's holding up. Jeff is holding up this huge, plastic jug that has some kind of white powder in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And all these medical labels on it. It looks like something that you would find in an organic chemistry lab.
Yeah.
It
It does.
looks like.
Yeah, it does.
Like it should have one of those diamond warnings that are in the back of semi
like
trucks.
the MSDS.
Yeah, it tells you if it's explosive or if it's caustic.
Yeah.
And you have to drink this.
I have to drink it this afternoon
And you
after
have-
lunch. I get flavor packets.
It has a flavor packet.
I can get
attached to
lemon.
the side to it,
Oh,
too.
do you get your selection? Is there a
I
selection
do.
flavor
There's
packet? There
lemon,
is.
and I think the other one is.
I hope it's cherry.
If you have to select a flavor in for toothpaste or at the dentist or whatever, what's the flavor that you always choose?
Oh, cherry.
What do you choose?
I usually choose grape.
Grape is better than cherry typically.
I do bubblegum.
Oh, bubblegum's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
bubblegum's
bubblegum's
good.
good.
I get to choose between lemon, orange, and cherry.
I never
I-
choose lime anything.
I love grapes, but I hate fake grapes.
Purple.
Yeah, that purple taste.
Purple flavor. Interesting that you would bring that up. I'll come back to that in a little while.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like I like cherries, and I love fake cherries. Red flavor, awesome.
Oh yeah, I actually like purple flavor better than grape. I think.
Really?
Oh, just FYI, I'm not going to be in the office tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well,
After you drink that, please leave the office.
I'm not gonna. Apparently, I won't be able to drink this and leave the office, so I'm gonna have to go home and drink it.
Yeah. You're establishing a new office.
Make
in
sure
the
you
bathroom.
make sure you keep a log.
Yeah, a log of my logs.
Yeah.
yeah.
True Grit's up to $90 million against $38 million budget.
That's got to be the most
them.
successful Coen Brothers film of all time.
Maybe so.
I think that. Gosh, I'm gonna say, "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" was, or maybe A Serious Man. They did like $60 million. They're not a big box office
I don't
draw.
think a Serious
No.
Man did that amount of money. Tron has made $133 million against its $170 million.
I've heard rumors that budget was actually much higher than 170.
God.
I believe it.
I've heard rumors that they spent close to 300 million developing technologies and working on stuff.
Digital Domain, which is a big visual effects house, just put out a reel of how they did a lot of the effects. And if Digital Domain is doing that, that means they
Yeah.
probably put a lot of money.
That's
into it.
James
Yeah,
Cameron's
but that,
VFX company.
if they're developing new technologies, they can make that money back with movies in the future.
Right.
You would think.
I didn't know that.
I'm
I didn't know that.
Let me double check that.
I have to
Isn't
tell.
Digital Domain the guys that did Starry Night for Halo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to admit something. I had a conversation with Jack before Tron came out, like around around E3 of last year.
I'm sorry.
And what are you gonna do? I work sitting in the office with him. But I told him that there was no way Tron would make more than $75 million,
Oh, really?
and he doesn't remember that, but he can totally make fun of me now because it definitely did. I didn't think it would do as well as it did.
Yeah.
So.
Digital Domain was founded by James Cameron, Scott Ross, and Stan Winston.
Okay, well, there you go.
There you go. That's your bit of VFX trivia for the day.
I'm glad to hear that James Cameron's making them money somehow. They figured out a way to turn something profitable. By the way, I don't care what anybody says. The chick in Tron who plays the all white girl that hangs around with Zeus. Her name is Jem. That might be one of the hottest women on film.
You know,
in 2010.
normally I don't think Olivia Wilde is that great looking, but I thought she looked awesome in Tron.
I
What was her name? Quora?
Quora, yeah. Which is we'll go back into Tron, but there's another thing that bothered me is like there's a whole midichlorian subplot essentially.
Yeah, when they announced that thing, that the whole isolation and this and that, I was like, I literally rolled my eyes in the theater. I was like, really?
And they don't bother explaining. You're supposed to take it at face value. It's
Yeah.
like there's no explanation for this. Anyway,
It just happened. It just sprung on its own. It's like, really?
yeah. It just seemed like they were trying to add too much stuff into that.
And then the nightclub happened, and that was so terrible it made me forget about the other stuff.
Is that the scene with the wannabe David Bowie dude?
Yeah.
That's Zeus. Yeah.
He's
Oh, I thought actually it was a pretty good actor for that part.
it's a terrible part though.
I mean, but it's like you take all the bad stuff from movies that you hated, sci-fi movies, like the midichlorians in Star Wars. They had those in Tron. The Merovingian from Matrix, which was like the worst. That's what he is. He's the Merovingian. They have that scene from
Yeah.
Matrix 2. They stuck in Tron.
They could have Tron 2 could have been literally twice as good if you would have just cut that character
Matrix
out.
2.
I'm sorry, Matrix 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
But that being said, do not put the Merovingian in Tron 2.
Yeah. And then they, essentially, Jeff Bridges' character, the Flynn character, is essentially a cross between the Architect and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So they're going to make another Tron now, right?
They left some very big hooks open, I thought, for a sequel.
I think they set up what could be a much better third movie.
Yeah.
They put in Dillinger's son, what's the kid's name? Cillian Murphy. He's the kid from
28
Days Later, and the
Sunshine.
Batman movie, the Scarecrow he played.
Yeah. They're they also, I don't want to dwell on it too much, but they also telegraphed a lot of like twists early on,
Sure.
way too much
Sure.
in that movie. That's all I'll say about that.
Like Flynn was his father.
All right, TV show of the year. I'm going to go first.
All right,
Okay.
can you list the categories
Yeah.
first?
All right. Modern Family, Breaking Bad, Mad Men, It's Always Sunny, Lost, Walking Dead, Louie. And I'm going to say Breaking Bad. Very, very tough category. A lot of
I would like based on
Great
I've only
contenders.
seen the first episode of Breaking Bad, so I don't feel like I can really vote for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see that is probably a tremendous show.
It's a good show. I liked it a lot. Obviously.
I thought this was the age of the internet and TV was over, but every show you just mentioned is awesome.
I think
Except-
every one of these shows I watch on the internet.
What's your? Yeah, what I was gonna say. I watched it on the internet too.
I guess I
I'm
do,
this
too.
close to canceling cable. If my wife didn't watch cable news, I would be out of my house. My Apple TV is like my favorite thing in my house.
Apple
right now.
TV's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
I know there's no way it's going to win, but I'm going to say... No, I'm going to go with Modern Family.
All right. It's a good show.
I was going to say Louis, but I'm going to go with Modern Family.
Louis was awesome.
I think I'm going to go with Always Sunny.
All right.
I get to be a deciding vote. I love it. There's absolutely no way that I would vote for anything besides Modern Family. Modern Family is incredible.
Oh, yeah?
I just
Not even Mad Men?
not even Mad Men. And this season of Mad Men was really awesome. But it's just Modern Family also has the benefit of being a lot fresher because it wrapped up its first season in 2010. They immediately went into a second season, and they're halfway through that. That is a tremendous show.
I think that's why it's so funny. I mean, it's a great show, but I watched literally like 36 episodes in the span of like 4 or 5 days.
It's funny because
Which helps.
It does help a lot.
Yeah, but
feel-
what season have we been watching at the house? 'Cause
We're
I
on
feel like-
season 2 right now.
But that was so I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen this season yet. I don't
No,
think.
this is season
this
2.
is
season
this
two.
is season
you're-
2. Oh,
The last episode was Dance Revolution, and you've seen that. That's where they go
I
to the
feel
school
like
dance.
I'm starting to see Modern Family influences in TV ads now. Like there's an ad for Pizza Hut where I feel like the family in the ad is trying to be like the main family from
the
Modern Family.
Dumfies?
Yeah.
I'll also say the cool thing about Modern Family is it's getting progressively better every couple episodes.
I wrote off Park and Recreation, or is it Park and Recreation?
Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation. I wrote that off as an Office knockoff the moment I started watching it, and I kind of did the same thing with Modern Family the first time I watched an episode. Which, if you can get past that, it's a really great show.
No, it's a good show.
it becomes it kind of goes into it. I mean, I think the first episode felt like that, but it came into its own more.
Especially the Phil character.
Yeah, the Phil character.
Phil used to be such a Michael Scott early on, and now I feel like he's broken out of that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but he still does feel that way at times.
Yeah.
Like especially like those moments of genuineness that he has, they feel very Michael Scottish.
I bet Ron Howard hates that show because he put out The Parenthood at the exact same time, which is essentially the same show, and nobody gives a fuck about that show.
With Dax Shepard.
Yeah, with Dax Shepard and that dude from
Have you seen it?
6
yet?
Feet Under. Yeah.
Have any of you seen it yet?
I saw like 2
No.
episodes.
I like Dax.
It's a
Shepard.
little more dramatic.
So Modern Family wins.
Modern Family.
Here's a recommendation. If you want to try to get into Modern Family, I would recommend either the Halloween episode from season 2
Oh, it's great.
or Airport 2010 from season 1.
Yeah,
Either one of those is
Airport
really good.
2010. I would say the Halloween episode. Also, the beeping episode. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, the one with the smoke detector?
called Chirp.
The chirp. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good one.
Yeah. They're both really good. I just really like the Halloween episode.
The Halloween episode is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It was great.
Good stuff.
But every other show is great. Always Sunny, great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good category. There's a lot of good TV shows
Is
out
it
there.
Always Sunny over for the season? Are they done?
Hard to figure it out. I feel like Always Sunny is one of those shows that everybody watches and everybody likes, but it never had like that critical mass of everybody discovering it at one time. And you kind of see the value of being on a network in that case. Mm-hmm. Like everyone I know was telling me for like 2 or 3 years to watch Always Sunny, that I would really like it, and I just never watched it. And then you guys started watching it and liked it. And then I finally watched it like 6 months later and said, "Oh, this is great." But you don't have everybody to talk to because they're like, "Yeah, we know. It's a great show."
Season 6 wrapped up on December 9th.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like a good episode to wrap up on Dee Gives Birth.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good episode. You know what? I'm gonna learn to like Mad Men. If enough people like it, I got to get past that first episode. I'm gonna watch it.
I was thinking about that when I was in True Grit. Were you turned off by True Grit because it was such a racist movie? Because I knew you were going to see it, and you were turned off by Mad Men because it was too sexist.
I wasn't. I think it might be the fact that I have a daughter more than anything.
That bothered you about
If I had a black daughter, maybe True Grit would have been.
He's also from Alabama.
I am
Forget.
also from Alabama.
What a great segue to our next segment, Jeff. We have a special guest.
That would be awesome.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm determined to like Mad Men and Breaking Bad. I'm gonna watch them both. I'm gonna get into.
I definitely
them.
want to watch
I'm gonna be
Breaking Bad.
addicted.
The next season of Breaking Bad starts in April. So if you want to catch up before then, so we can win in
I don't-
2011.
The thing about those shows, like, and you love like The Shield, and it's like you sit and you have a heart attack essentially for an
Yeah.
hour or whatever, and you end up like I don't know, it's just so tense.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know if I could do that for entertainment all the time.
No,
Like, I don't
that's
know how you
awesome.
do it.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can. Just drink. Look at.
How many episodes of Walking Dead were there?
7? I think. I
Okay.
have it on my computer.
I thought it
so
was
can tell you.
more than. I thought it was like 10.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it was 10. I think it might be.
I thought it
lowball-
was
I think it might be
6.
lowballing 7. My inclination was actually to say 6 as well. And they're coming. They're definitely coming back for a second season of Walking Dead.
It's
With
interesting.
all new writers, right?
No, I think they was a rumor, or maybe he tried to fire them, and then they got 6 million viewers for the finale, so they said, "Guess what? We're going to keep the band together."
Yeah, it's 6.
Yeah, 6. Okay.
It's interesting that American TV is starting to emulate the release cycles and schedules of British TV. Like now having television shows that have 6 episodes.
I would say more so it's starting to emulate the Sopranos model.
Yeah, well,
Where-
I mean that was kind of like a midway point, right? Halfway between.
The thing I always associate with British television is that there seems to be a finite amount of episodes, and they're just going to make that amount no matter what.
Yeah.
Like 2 seasons, and that's it.
It almost feels like it's some sort of a law in England that you can have two 6-episode seasons and then one Christmas special, and that's it.
Yeah, well, then they start running into the episode tax. I want to try to avoid that.
Unless your grandfather's like Doctor Who, and then you have 40 seasons.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh man,
That's a good show, though.
it's really good. Millie loves it.
All
Yeah,
right.
she does.
DLC of the year.
Wow, that's a tough one, man.
No, it's not.
Can
Okay,
you?
the candidates are Bioshock 2, Mass Effect 2, Red Dead Redemption, Borderlands, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, Halo Reach, and Cataclysm.
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 Mass Effect 2.
Red Dead, man. That was a massively awesome DLC. Should we start eliminating things here?
Oh, we just won.
We just
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm just won.
Oh, because you guys voted for it?
Yeah, we both voted.
Griffin and Gus did.
Yeah.
Why do I even have a vote?
Why don't I'll just just give you a list of what to vote for.
Okay,
and then I'll
okay.
make the decision. And then
All
you can
right,
vote.
all right. You guys are making fun of me.
I am making fun of the pissy email
Listen,
that Jeff sent out.
I'll be the first to admit it, okay? I was having a bad day, and I sent a nasty email to Gus over the holidays. But I will say, as soon as I sent it, I aimed him and apologized.
Yeah, but then he bitched to me about 3 hours about
But I did.
how annoying you were.
I did?
No.
No, I did.
Jeff,
I was
he
totally in
apologized
the
to
wrong.
you publicly.
I was a jerk, and I apologize. I apologize publicly on the podcast to all of our listeners. I'm sorry about the email I sent. The very terse, nasty, snippy. I'm most embarrassed that it was snippy.
It was awesome.
I'd like to do a dramatic reading of Jeff's email.
We were setting up.
I said, how about we just start making cuts so that we have the ability to discuss less choices? And the
Talking about the awards.
at the awards, so the podcast isn't bogged down, which it already is. So how about this? Everybody submit 2 from each section to cut. If people feel strongly, they can veto a cut. Here's my cuts, and I listed some stuff. And then Jeff cut something that Gus wanted to vote for, so Gus said, I have to veto that cut. And then Jeff wrote, I'll do my Jeff voice. Then what is the point of voting in the first place? Either I have a vote or I don't. Why don't you just pick the nominees, then you decide what are important and leave me out of it then?
Didn't have a problem with the veto till his choice got vetoed.
Well, I will say that when you read it like that, it sounds bad.
It's all about context.
It is. It's totally about context. So you can't take something from the internet and have it. It was much more effervescent when I wrote it.
I'm glad you didn't do your internet voice for it.
Oh god.
Hey guys.
The internet voice would have been appropriate.
I'll try it again. Then what is the point of even voting in the first place? This sucks.
When you read it like it's a YouTube comment, it's way better.
I gotta say, it was a bad day because Griffin, I don't know what was going on there. Something must have been going on because Griffin wrote me a nasty aim, too. We did this interview.
On.
Brandon and I did an interview for Immersion, which ends today, by the way. Our last episode airs tonight on roosterteeth.com. So Brandon and I did this interview with a blog where we talked about Immersion, and we went on this, 5-minute cock-sucking, ass-kissing...
You guys were glowingly positive of Griffin.
talking about how
Not
awesome
positive
Griffin
enough.
was.
It was
and how
basically Griffin is the second coming of Christ.
she's the reason
come
why the
on.
show's so great. She designs all the stuff. She's amazing. I can't believe it. And then she writes me and goes... we didn't buy those costumes from that place. You guys should get your information right. That's all she took away. She took it away as a negative interview. I should play the whole thing. I would be embarrassed to play it right now.
Oh my god.
How
Okay.
complimentary we were.
I appreciate the accurate compliments, but
What's a compliment?
Shut up.
Complimus?
All right. But no, okay, here's the thing. Well, we had an episode, and I know I was a little bitchy, but we had an episode where it was all focused around costuming, and I was up until 5 in the morning, or 5:30 in the morning, making them, and then I got up at 6 to take a shower and get there, and then I'm making up the girls and putting the costumes on them, and so I was up making those damn costumes.
Can I ask a question?
And then Brandon on the
Why sleep for 30 minutes? Doesn't that do more harm than good?
No, I know, but I had to sleep because I had to be on camera. I didn't want to look like shit. So, especially against 2 girls that had barely any clothes on. So, Brandon, when Brandon was like, "Oh, we got everything online," it wasn't just for me, but we are selling the show short. If we're talking about because if we customize everything, why say we buy it online if we don't?
Hey, not to change the subject, but if it makes you feel better, Bernie, she sent an email to Marshall that was way worse than the one I sent to Gus, or the one she sent to you.
You sound all choked up about it. You okay?
Yeah, I'm a little bit.
What did you send to Marshall?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, it's
Marshall and I have worked it out. Okay.
What did you send?
Man.
What was it about? Editing or
Oh.
The
direction?
claws were out.
No, because on last Friday, everyone was hanging out. It was a relaxed day because everyone was still kind of trickling back into town.
Had a little barbecue.
Everybody was playing basketball, drinking beers, and then I was there building Marshall's project because Marshall came. He had got some stuff together. He wanted to make some kind of a rolling thing for a camera. I'm like, all right, cool. So he asked me about bending something. So then I started to bend it for him. But then he wanders off, and then he keeps giving me lists of things to do for this thing that he's building. So I ended up building this whole thing for him, which is fine. But then I sent him an email asking him to proof book 4 because he could help with editing. So I sent it to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to grab it. I guess I'll just do that on Monday." And I was just like, "Listen, if you want me to help you with this, these props, and you have to help me with book 4." So I apologize because I was kind of bitchy.
And your email was that nice too.
No, it was actually my email was worse.
It was
but
dear asshole,
no, it wasn't. I said I love you at the end.
I made your track while you were playing basketball and eating barbecue.
I cut my hand
I
twice.
didn't. I cut my hand twice. I didn't get to eat any barbecue because I was too busy making
come
your.
on. It wasn't that
Did you
bad.
win the game? I hope you did.
But here's the thing. I'm trying to, this is one of my mini resolutions for 2011. I just want to do less shit talking. And if I can be direct with people, then I don't have to talk to everyone else about them.
Okay.
Okay.
But maybe I could be nicer about how direct I am.
Yeah, maybe.
It's hard to be nice and
The thing,
direct.
another thing that was inaccurate about what Brandon said, he said I have a good attitude, which I have no idea where that came from.
I corrected him in the
I
interview.
know, I heard you.
I said, I don't want to vouch for the attitude. And meanwhile, after this glowing review we gave of Griffin in the interview, I went on to berate you and Gus as being expendable and not important to the company in any way. I didn't get an email from either one of you or a name.
Oh yeah,
or
because
anything.
I don't. Who gives
cares?
A fuck? Yeah.
I know. I was a little moody.
We all have our roles to play in the company. Yours is defensive.
No, I have been a little bit moody lately, and probably the last 3 weeks have just kind of been bitchy. So I apologize to every single person who's come in contact with me for 3 weeks.
I do want to commend Jeff on the excellent deflection, though, where we started talking about him and he immediately threw it all on the Griffin somehow. I'm not even sure how that happened.
He's like Teflon Jeff.
I am, dude.
Fucking
They call me
slides right
they
off.
call me Jefflon.
Jefflon.
Yeah.
All right, we got one category left.
This is this the big one?
Game of the year. I know every developer out there is eagerly awaiting this.
Can you get on the
Yeah.
nominees?
Our nominees are Halo Reach, Call of Duty Black Ops, StarCraft 2, Red Dead Redemption, Mass Effect 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Minecraft, Angry Birds, and Heavy Rain.
Man, can I tell you, I just played Black Ops over the weekend and beat it start to finish. First time I played it. And I know it made $1 billion, but not a very good campaign.
The campaign was fine.
I really wasn't into it at all.
It was a good campaign.
I don't know.
Real quick, though, what was your choice for DLC? Just so we have the other choices out there.
I said Mass Effect 2.
I'm gonna say Red Dead.
Yeah,
Best
but
DLC. Although Borderlands is a close second because that thing was massive too.
we already gave those votes.
I know, but I didn't actually say what my choice was.
You
Yeah,
guys,
you did.
You guys already lost that one.
We
so.
we were just talking about it. We should have other people out there as mentioned of what their choices are. That's my
Okay.
official vote is Red Dead. Thank you. Shit.
All right. For the third time, for the fourth time, Bernie's vote is for Red Dead.
I don't
for
know that
DLC.
he ever did
I have
say.
to write a text to someone.
All right, so Game of the Year. You did not like Black Ops,
Nah, I was underwhelmed by it.
so you're not voting for them.
No. No, that's my veto, if I get a veto.
I'm going to say Mass Effect 2. I liked Mass Effect 2 so much.
It's a really good
It was-
game.
it was-
Mass Effect 2 was a great game.
It was a hard choice. There were some great games on that list.
It ended poorly though. Not to be a spoiler, it ended poorly.
Griffin?
It ended very classically like the second
Yeah.
story in a trilogy where it's
Yeah.
like there's no ending.
Right.
It feels like.
Well, none of the games I play made the list, but can I just make it purely on observation and art and all of that?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is beautiful, and I actually plan to play it because it looks awesome and really fun. So I'm going to vote for that, but I know that my vote maybe shouldn't count for as
Nah,
much.
fuck
as
it. Your vote counts.
Okay, good.
It's in the
Point,
book.
0.7%.
There are so many gamers out there that are mad right now because I'm in on the voting.
Man,
I'm voting for Halo Reach. I
Great.
loved it. I played that game more than anything else
Great
this
game.
year, and it's after 10 years of playing that game, I'm still playing it.
Yeah.
And this was a great version of it. I'm voting for Halo Reach. I love it.
I look at it from I had the most fun in a campaign with Assassin's Creed. But if I look at like the effect it had in the game industry, and like I consume a lot of game entertainment and media, then Minecraft and Reach by far surpassed anyone else this year. And I, as intrigued as I am by Minecraft, I haven't spent enough time with it to really get a sense of it. I think it's got to be Reach for me. I mean, the fact that we were able to like that we were able to do stuff like Achievement Horse in Reach, and it creates an entire new game.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there's nothing that compares to it.
Well, and actually, art-wise, it's really beautiful too.
Yeah, and I like fucking theater mode is still unparalleled. Like I've been playing around with the Black Ops.
You can't even say
Theater
theater mode
mode
anymore. It's just
Yeah.
the playground
Yeah,
aspect
just the
of
playground
it.
aspect of it. Like there's some cool things they did in Black Ops, but like nothing compares to how
Nothing.
robust theater mode and Forge are
The
together.
ability to recam clips is what's unbelievable. The most unbelievable about it, and to share it with friends.
Well, you talk about like Minecraft. What Minecraft does really well is it does an amazing amount of play with very limited mechanics, and it's really surprising how much you get out of so little. And on a much higher scale, what Reach is able to do on a console, it's not paralleled.
No way.
No.
It's not paralleled. It's unparalleled.
We also talked about eliminating Minecraft from the list because technically it was in alpha all year and then just entered beta before the end of the year. So it really hasn't officially released.
Yeah, I can see
So
that.
we could conceivably see it again in a future Game of the Year list.
Hey, let me ask
Just
you
like
guys
we
a
saw
question.
Angry Birds,
Yeah.
we moved it into this year because it came out the end of last year.
That's another one. I wish we had a mobile category just so we could say that like Angry Birds is the best all-time mobile game ever. That game is so fun. I mean, I'm mad at it still, but it was a really good game, and it sold like how many people bought Angry Birds?
I think it was
like
like
5 to 7 million.
No, I
or
think it was
something?
50 million.
God, speaking of millions and millions and millions, I read a stat that Cityville just launched. That's like the city version of Farmville, and it had a sustained 84.2 million players last month.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Crazy.
Fuck, 84.2 million players. So anyway, I'd like to announce the launch of City View Hunter.
Have any AAA titles started doing that, like social media games or smaller versions of their games?
There've been
Didn't Crackdown 2 has a Windows Phone 7 version of their game. Or
Yeah,
like,
there have been tie-ins. Fable 3 had a Facebook game tie-in this year. Crackdown 2 had one where you like shot rubber duckies or whatever, and you would get experience in Crackdown 2.
Oh, okay.
There are like there's like games that are making inroads into that market, but I don't think it's hitting the full way yet. It probably will soon, though. I would imagine.
Getting back to I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, Angry Birds. I was on the airplane. We were flying back from New Orleans the other day, and I looked down the aisle, and I was like right in the middle because I was like on the aisle seat. Like everyone to the right of me and to the left of me, everyone was playing Angry Birds. Like they
Really?
were, yeah, just everybody.
oh, that would have been a great picture.
I know. I should have. I was just kind of in an awkward place. I couldn't get stand on the other side of
Right.
somebody. So
You know what makes me mad? When I see that, I think I'm better than all of you fuckers, and I have no proof because my save game got deleted. I spent so much time getting good at Angry Birds.
Well, see, that kind of brings me to a point that I always think about with Halo Reach or the Halo series in general is that the reason why I would always nominate a Halo game, at least ones that are made first party or made by Bungie or Microsoft, is that it's so strange how often I think about Halo when I'm playing other games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like features that are in Halo, it's like, why don't they have this? Like, why can't I take this game and build something with it? Why can't I,
Right.
like in Angry Birds, why can't I save my files? Why can't I post them and share them with other people? Why can't I make movies from them?
Yeah.
It's like you take for granted all the stuff that they pack into that one disc. It's just crazy.
And there's like any one improvement they made would have been a great improvement on a game. Like, but they just packed it with so many. Like you don't even think about it. Like commendations by themselves are tremendous. I spent probably 3 weeks just focusing on getting commendations because they were fun to do.
You think that's hurting Halo in a way? Is that like people are focusing on different parts of the game?
I don't know.
Like rank
Like,
means
what-
nothing to me. And it means it used to be like you had your rank and that was the main thing in Halo. And now people are looking at different things all the time. Like, I mean, there are some people who just spend all their time in the challenges, the daily challenges and the weekly challenges.
Yep.
And other people who just don't give a shit about that, Or
Yeah.
Forge. Like, we still haven't yet to see the Forge era of Halo Reach, which is going to be awesome.
It's just starting to show up. I think.
And
like,
it's crazy.
Like you saw that skee ball court that somebody made. It's fucking
ball
nuts.
court? That's
dude.
awesome.
Dude, it's awesome. It's cooler than you can imagine. It's
Yep.
really fucking cool.
That's the same thing with Minecraft has that, where people are building their own stuff, and that's really now a major part of the longevity of any game.
We Achievement Hunter Horse number 5 comes out today, and there was all the maps are awesome and they're all clever, but there were two in particular in this episode that just blew my mind. There was one where a dude built a tube that goes straight up, and you at the top of it are 2 kill balls, and right on top of the kill balls, banshees continually spawn, so that it rains down banshee parts, and then the mission, like the object, is to take 2 falcons and fly to the top and hit the kill ball and die, and you're just constantly getting hit by banshee parts, and they knock you down, so you're trying to go up and dodge and get to the top first, and it was just like, just that alone felt like an entire game, and it was fucking great. And the fact that the way you're able to...
That's in the horse video today?
It comes out today. The way
Nice.
they were able to forge that was just unbelievable. And then like another one was a dude made a racetrack that goes all the way across Forge World, and it felt like a full racing game. Like, he was able to design it in such a way, like you talk about guys like Knockout who are able to make things look so seamless and so like intentional, like the game was designed for it. This racing, I'll show it to you. You guys will watch Horse. It looks like something you would play in Burnout. I mean, it's fucking, well, maybe a little crazy like Joyride because there's a lot of jumps and stuff, but it's just unbelievable. Like, not only the amount that you can do with the game, but how polished you can make it if you spend the time with it.
Yeah, and I'll always have a lot of respect for those guys who were making maps in Halo 3, like right at the end before Reach was coming out, and they were making perfectly curved tracks in the Halo 3 Forge, where they were
Yeah, that was a lot.
employing all those bizarre tricks of like spawning stuff at a certain time and holding something else in place. Because I know it just took tons and tons of time to get that stuff right, but
Absolutely.
the Reach Forge just makes kind of everybody at that level, if they have a little bit of talent, a little bit of vision. Yeah,
Still takes a lot of time, but definitely easier now.
That's the thing is, like, I think the longevity of Reach will be greater than any previous Halo game. Well, I don't know. Halo 2 had a ridiculous... I mean, people would still be playing Halo 2 if they hadn't turned the servers off. But I feel like there's... Yeah, like, the people... Like, there's another good 3 or 4 years of people just coming up with better and cooler things to do in Reach,
Yeah.
So big surprise. We like Reach. We like Halo.
Well, Halo Reach.
Yay.
I can't wait to see... I can't wait. I was going to say, I can't wait to see our trophy in their trophy case.
What? Our shitty trophy? I think it'll go on the community table. Hey, what did we give Game of the Year to last year?
Last year was...
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead 2.
Was it? Oh, cool. Yeah,
it
you're
was
right.
Left
You're
4
right,
Dead
because
2.
we sent it to Valve. I remember that. That's a great game. What do you guys... is there anything on your radar for next year at all?
Hey, real fast, before we get to that, I wanted to say, I've been meaning to bring this up for 2 weeks now. After I made those comments about BioWare not having our trophy in their trophy case, remember 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I got an email from BioWare.
Really?
Yeah, they said our trophy is actually indeed in their trophy case.
Oh, okay.
That it was moved out temporarily when they moved offices here in Austin, but that it's back in their hallway. And they said they had even emailed you two a picture of it in the trophy case in the hallway.
Actually, we got
I got a picture of it on a desk.
on a desk.
On a desk?
I got
Okay.
that picture as well.
Yeah, it says I sent him a photo, proudly displayed as you walk down our hall. You can, so
Walk down
appar-
our hall towards the bathroom.
Well,
So,
sorry about that, BioWare.
so recanting all those terrible things I said.
I'm not sorry. I think we should complain about more things. Who knew we had such reach?
I've been looking at the upcoming games for 2011, and it feels kind of like a letdown to me. Like 2010 felt like there were almost too many games to play.
I agree.
I'm really not like. I guess people are excited for Bulletstorm. I really don't know much about that. Portal 2 is exciting, but other than Mass Effect 3,
Portal 2, Uncharted 3, Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3 is the big one on the list, I guess.
We're just entering, I think, into the time of year where we're going to start hearing about next holiday's games.
Yeah, I hope so. I felt like at this point in 2010, I think we've made a comic about it. About there were like 44 AAA titles that were planning to come out, and a lot of those got pushed to next year. But I don't know.
You want to make any predictions about Duke Nukem and how that will do?
I think it'll do pretty well.
That's coming out really soon, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it?
sometime
Gearbox
soon.
took that over. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat my words on that. It's coming out really soon. They won't push that release date back, I'm sure.
I can't believe that there are that many Duke Nukem fans still around that are still clamoring for it. Like, it's amazing to me that there's like still a fervor for it.
There's not.
There really isn't, right?
There really isn't. It's like Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a joke that people are saying, but there's no weight behind it.
Because when I think of Duke Nukem, I mean, it was fun when I was a kid, but I put it in the same category as like a Leisure Suit Larry type game that was kind of like dated and like goofy bathroom potty humor that was appropriate at the time in the early, PC gaming genre, I guess. And that I felt like, I don't know, I feel like that a game like that doesn't really have a place in gaming anymore when you have games like Mass Effect 3.
I'm looking at a list of releases for this year, and I'm still in January, and there's two very obvious ones we forgot already. Little Big Planet 2, Dead Space 2, both coming out this month.
Yeah, that's true. Little Big Planet 2, I guess, I don't know, it's not really on my radar, but I didn't play the first one, but I guess I should probably take a look at it.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Those creation games are big, and we might not be big PlayStation guys, but people on the PlayStation love Little Big Planet.
It's supposed to be a big year for the PlayStation, right? Because of Uncharted 3, and I think Resistance 3 comes out, and is it a new Killzone?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Xbox had a really good year.
Xbox had to have won the year.
Yeah, I think
Right.
there's no doubt about that.
Well, I think the big story is that the Wii just died off this year, I think. I mean, this was the year where people were just like, I read a really interesting quote on Kotaku that the guy said that he's had trouble kind of defining what's going on with the Wii, and he quoted some lady, just some random non-gamer who owns a Wii, and she said she wanted to buy more games for the Wii this year, but when she went and looked, everything just looked like video games. And it just goes to show that the people who bought Wii and played Wii games, like Wii Fit and all that, they weren't necessarily the typical video gamer, which is a good thing, and it leads to huge numbers, but I wonder what it does to the long-term effects of that console.
Did Microsoft ever announce reports on how well Kinect did? Like, they had said that they were going to hit 5 million. That was their goal by the end of the year.
Oh, last number I heard, I think, was like 1.5 million units after 3 weeks or something.
Well, they had broke 2 million, I think, but they had like another 3 million to go, and
No, I haven't
they said
heard,
that they would hit it.
I haven't
trying
heard
to
any
hit
updated
5
numbers.
million sales?
They were trying to, yeah, which seems like really lofty to me. But you know what?
We've been playing a lot of Kinect lately.
I don't ever think to turn that thing on, but we had a party, like a get together the other night, and as soon as our like non-Rooster Teeth friends who like maybe would you consider casual gamers, I guess like Wii gamers, right? They saw Kinect and they immediately were like, "Can we play this?" And they played it for like 3 hours playing
Yeah,
Dance
that's fun.
Central.
Well, we had it
the
on a
time
few
of their
times.
lives.
Since we've had house guests, I've been having people come over to the house more regularly, and that it always seems to get turned on. So definitely a good party, like a social thing to do.
They have hit 4.05 million units worldwide as of the 14th of December, so they might have made it.
Wow,
Wow.
dude, that's pretty impressive.
Dragon Age 2 is also 2011, by the way.
Yeah, you hated that game though, right?
Big game, though.
It is a big
If
game.
I didn't like it, people, I mean, there's still going to be
Knights of the
people
Old,
play that.
obviously Knights of the Old Republic is probably going to come out in
Gears of War 3.
2011. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be excited about Gears 3 when it comes out and I start playing it, but
There's BioShock Forever, or whatever it's called, come out.
Infinite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be this year.
I thought that was 2012.
Is it?
I thought so.
Rage?
Man, they should
Resistance
not,
3?
They should not
Resistance
announce
3
games
is
that are
supposed to
more
be
than
big.
12 months away.
I agree.
Or anything. They shouldn't announce anything that's more than 12 months away.
Metal Gear Solid Rising?
Is that the Xbox game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Like, what is Captain America coming out?
Cut technology?
Is that coming out 2 years from now?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Next
I see
year?
production stills all the time from it though.
Yeah,
Really?
and you're right about Bioshock Infinite. It's targeted for 2012.
So 2011, what are you looking forward to for movies? Anything there?
Harry Potter Part 2.
yeah.
Harry Potter
yeah.
8.
The finale,
Yeah.
for sure.
That'll be really interesting.
I'm not sure what's going on. What's coming out this year?
I'm actually excited about Battlefield Los Angeles a
Yeah?
little bit because we saw so many posters for it at Comic-Con, and I didn't know if it was a game or a movie, but either way, it looked really intriguing.
The promotions worked. They're very happy to hear
They
that.
did. They did. They didn't work in the case of Scott Pilgrim, but they definitely worked, at least for me, on Battlefield Los Angeles.
The movies get promoted at Comic-Con, though. That's not exactly a great pedigree.
It's true. Like, because you remember last year, I think, did you go to Comic-Con last year?
No, I did not go last year.
Last year it was all Legion. Like, everything you saw was Legion,
was the year
Legion,
before.
Legion. Or year before, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that stuff.
Last year was all Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking 2009, but yeah.
Yeah, the Legion stuff, I remember they had banners everywhere for that movie, and that was
Yeah.
like a January, visual effects /
Yeah,
horror
I don't
release.
I don't even remember that movie coming out.
Is the new J.J. Abrams movie coming out this year?
What is that?
9mm? Is that what it's called, or something like that?
Know anything about
I
it?
don't know.
Oh, the one with the train teaser, right?
Yeah.
No idea. No idea.
Yeah, who knows? All right, well, let's...
Wait.
Oh,
I'm going to wrap
Uh-oh.
up.
Okay, but before you
after-
do, can
after
I,
you.
Okay, it's sort of a subject change, but I've been I'm on the Rooster Teeth, or what is it, Rooster Feast group.
Uh-huh.
You know, the group that came to town and went to all the places that are mentioned on the Drunk Tank, and they were recently put up a poll to see what percentage of places should be repeats, like going and visiting the old places that we've already talked about. But I think that we haven't really been talking about it on the Drunk Tank lately, and I think it's because we moved south to where that's just mainly chain restaurants. We haven't been exploring as much. So I was kind of hoping that maybe the staff might start exploring places again and talking about them.
I can't remember the last time I went to a new restaurant.
I know, it's bad. So I'm just kind of want to put that out there. We should this year try to make an effort to break out of our little chain restaurant zone.
Our New Year's resolution is to eat worse.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No, not. Come on.
Hey, should you mention Immersion? Immersion comes out today, right?
Yes, today is the last episode of Immersion in this quote-unquote season because we don't plan to really make any more. As we come up with other ideas, I guess we will make some. But it's been a lot of fun to work on that. Griffin, it has been, and I want to make sure I phrase this exactly right. It has been a pleasure to work on Immersion with you. I think everything went really well. This one we actually did we did an extra segment too at the end of it, which was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Griffin, I hope you enjoyed working on it.
I've loved it, and I'm excited about whatever we do next. Hopefully, there's something that I can be as involved in next.
It's
Hopefully your involvement can be marginalized in retrospect.
I'll
Hopefully,
say-
I haven't spoiled everything.
boy,
already.
you know that she's already preparing her email in rebuttal to you right
Well, I
now.
was going to say, Griffin, be careful about what you say. You don't want to write a nasty email to yourself about what you said.
I will say though, this Immersion, and I don't know how about you, Gus, but this was hands down the most fun to film.
Yeah.
Hands down the most fun to film.
Hands down the most dangerous.
The most dangerous, and also easily, I think it's our best episode. The most fun to watch, I think.
I can't wait to see the final version.
I'm hoping actually because I've talked to the guys and there was so much B-roll that we took that hopefully we'll be making a behind the scenes video about it because I think that is actually in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think that there should. Brandon told me that on food, he told me he thinks he could do a 20 to 25 minute cut of outtakes and footage that they just didn't get to use in food. He said, and I don't remember this because I was fucking hungover and tired, but he said that there's about 20 minutes of him just filming Gus and I in the back of your truck while people were setting up in there that he said was just like the funniest thing he'd ever seen.
We were just talking
both
shit and we were
just
so
disgruntled
angry,
and angry.
yeah.
I have no idea what that would be on that.
There was some speculation that we faked that you guys knew we were going to wake you up.
No,
You guys knew
God,
what
no.
happened.
No.
The only one thing is that you woke us up and then you made us go sit in the back of your truck for a few minutes while you guys got the lighting right, I guess.
Right,
But
we pulled you out of your house.
We had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, we were sitting in the street. We
You're
were
sitting
told
in
there's
the
going to be an
cold.
immersion
Sitting
film.
there speculating, fucking exhausted.
We saw when
in
your
our
neighbor's
underwear.
doing the walk of shame going home.
Dude, that was great. She had one shoe.
I should point out that we actually did reshoot the bar scene where I'm outside the bar. We reshot that later as a better setup because it was so hidden that the first time we shot it, it didn't work out that well when we actually took you guys out drinking the first time.
And
Yeah.
Oddly enough, we didn't have trouble getting you back to the bar after that.
Yeah,
I'm
you guys
always
know
up for
that.
reshoots.
We should have done something to him. Yeah, you guys weren't skeptical the second time we brought you.
Oh, that's
back to
right.
the bar.
Man, my defenses were down. All right, well, let's wrap this up. All right,
Okie
well, thanks for listening.
That's it for 2010.
Bye.
What?
No, that's a close. We can close on 2010.
Okay.